their show, and they were happened to just be reporting about Blueface, and then he literally started calling Gina. You know, Gina is the girl that makes all the boys rap, so she's locked in with all the rappers. So people have been wondering, like, how is this happening right now? They have a brand new baby, and both of them are locked up. Blueface spoke to that.
If you thought the drama between Blueface and Chrisean Rock had simmered down, think again. The rapper, who's been behind bars since January 2024, has finally broken his silence from prison, and what he had to say has everyone buzzing. In a surprising twist, Blueface revealed that he's set to be released as early as next year, but that's not all. He hinted that Chrisean Rock might be getting out even sooner, sparking a whole new wave of speculation and intrigue among fans. But let's not get ahead of ourselves. There's a lot to unpack here, and it's time to dive deep into the latest developments in this chaotic saga.
So the judge did grant him time served. He said that basically, best case scenario, he'll be back by summer.
This next summer.
Oh, Blueface is calling right now.
So let's start with Blueface's recent phone call that's got everyone talking. It was the first time he's spoken out since receiving his 4-year sentence, and the rapper didn't hold back. In an interview on DJ Head and Gina View's radio show Effective, immediately, Blueface candidly opened up about his current situation, his daily life behind bars, and his hopes for the future.
Hello, this is a free call from an inmate in the men's central jail.
What caught everyone's attention was his confident assertion that he'd be back home by March or April of 2025. While that's sooner than expected for a 4-year sentence, the rapper explained that he's got a year's credit already, bringing his time down to 3 years. And on top of that, he only needs to serve 33% of his sentence.
Oh, yeah. So I got sentenced to 4 years. I got a year credit, so that go down to 3 years, and I got to do 33% of that.
So you'll be home by summer.
According to Blueface, this means he'll be out in just over a year. But here's where it gets really interesting. He suggested that Chrisean Rock might be out even sooner, hinting that she could be released by the end of this summer. Now, isn't that something to chew on?
Not as of now.
Yeah.
Because she's incarcerated, but hopefully when she gets out, she'll come bring him up here or whatnot.
Blueface didn't just talk about release dates, he also gave fans a glimpse into his life behind bars. And let's just say it's as colorful as you'd expect from the Vodiana rapper. In true Blueface fashion, he described his daily routine in a way that's both shocking and, oddly enough, on brand. I be watching TV, eating Doritos, and using the phone, he said nonchalantly. For someone who's locked up, he seems to be taking it all in stride, even going as far as to call it a little break from responsibility.
That's really like a...
This call is being recorded.
It's like a little break from responsibility, honestly.
He's also been keeping up with the outside world by watching a lot of news and daytime talk shows like Sherry and The Jennifer Hudson Show. And in case you were wondering, Blueface has bulked up quite a bit, now weighing in at 180 pounds, something he proudly boasted about, saying he's about to bounce out of jail looking like a Dalmatian. It's clear that Blueface isn't letting prison life get him down, but his mention of Chrisean's potential early release has everyone wondering what's really going on behind the scenes.
There was a whole thing about when Blueface was coming home, because his mom was saying, we expect him home by summer. Then people were saying that was not going to happen after the sentencing.
Now, for those who might have missed some of the drama, or for anyone who just needs a quick refresher on how we got here, let's backtrack a bit and take a closer look at why Blueface and Chrisean Rock are behind bars in the first place. It all started back in 2021 when Blueface got himself into a brawl with a nightclub bouncer in San Fernando Valley. The incident escalated quickly, and Blueface, along with his entourage, was accused of brutally beating the bouncer. The whole altercation was caught on surveillance footage showing Blueface and his crew stomping on the man and dragging him around the floor. It was a violent, chaotic scene that left the bouncer needing medical attention. Despite his fame, or maybe because of it, Blueface didn't escape the consequences. He was hit with assault charges and placed on probation. But as we all know, Blueface isn't one to play by the rules, and it wasn't long before he found himself in deeper trouble.
Like, what's your mental like? You straight?
Oh yeah, no, I'm chilling, man. I'm in my environment, you know. I'm always soaked up and adapt to it, so.
Fast forward to 2022, and Blueface's legal woes only grew more complicated. He was involved in a shooting incident at a strip club in Las Vegas, an altercation that allegedly started over a bad joke. According to reports, the victim made a snide remark about Blueface talking with some females in a cheap vehicle, which didn't sit well with the rapper's crew. A fight broke out, and as the man tried to flee the scene in his truck, Blueface allegedly fired shots at the vehicle, leaving the victim with a bullet-grazed wound on his hand.
I was outside a Vegas nightclub when a white pickup truck drives by. He then pulls out his gun and fires multiple shots in the driver's direction, who swerves across the road while trying to dodge the bullets.
The charges against Blueface included attempted homicide, and things were looking grim for the rapper. It wasn't just the violence that was catching up to him, his repeated probation violations were piling up, each one pushing him closer to a lengthy prison sentence. And then there's Chrisean Rock, who's no stranger to legal troubles herself. Her rap sheet is as wild as her public persona, and it seems like wherever Blueface goes, chaos follows, or maybe it's the other way around. Chrisean was arrested in June 2024, right in the middle of one of Blueface's court hearings in Los Angeles.
What happened, Christine?
No, they saying I got a whole nother case.
She was taken into custody on an outstanding warrant from Oklahoma, where she was facing serious substance-related charges. According to reports, Chrisean was charged with possession of an illegal substance with intent to distribute and possession of a controlled dangerous item without the proper tax stamp. These charges aren't small potatoes. If convicted, she could be looking at up to 8 years in prison. But here's where things get murky. Despite the gravity of her situation, there have been persistent rumors that Chrisean might be out of jail much sooner than expected. Some even speculate that she could be released by the end of this summer, which aligns suspiciously well with Blueface's recent comments.
I believe LA is reduced to a misdemeanor. It's not even that serious, so all this old y'all got going on, ain't nothing I can do.
It's important to note that Chrisean's arrest wasn't a simple case of bad luck. She'd been dodging the law for a while, with warrants out for her arrest stemming from incidents that date back a couple of years. In fact, her legal troubles started as far back as 2021, around the same time Blueface was racking up his own charges. Chrisean was initially put on probation for her substance-related offenses, but like Blueface, she struggled to stay out of trouble. Her arrest at Blueface's court hearing was the culmination of her failure to appear in court and her refusal to turn herself in, despite knowing there was a warrant out for her arrest. It's a classic case of living on the edge, something that Chrisean seems to have embraced fully, both in her personal life and in her public persona.
Yeah, it's the wildest I've ever seen.
Right.
Honestly, and I feel like it gets crazier.
But it's not just their legal battles that have fans concerned. The real tragedy in all of this is the impact it's having on their child. Blueface and Chrisean share a young son, and the boy's well-being has been a topic of heated debate for months. Ever since news of their arrests broke, there have been rumors swirling about the child's health and whether or not he's being properly cared for. Some reports have even suggested that Child Protective Services might step in and take the boy away from his parents, given the chaotic and unstable environment he's being raised in. The speculation reached a fever pitch after Blueface's recent social media antics, where he shared a photo of his son's herniated genitals, sparking outrage and concern from fans and followers alike. Chrisean hasn't been shy about addressing these concerns, though her responses have done little to quell the public's worries. In a recent Instagram live session, she lashed out at Blueface for posting the photo, calling it a PR stunt and accusing him of trying to paint her as a bad mother.
Like, being a single mother is one thing. Like, you get overwhelmed and so much be like going on for real in your head.
She's adamant that their son is healthy and well cared for, but the controversy hasn't died down. In fact, it's only added fuel to the fire, with some people even speculating that their son might suffer from serious health issues like cry-to-chat syndrome or fetal exposure syndrome, both of which have been the subject of rampant online rumors.
He's so cute.
The drama doesn't end there. Blueface and Chrisean's tumultuous relationship has been playing out in public for years, with every twist and turn making headlines. They've been on again, off again more times than anyone can count, and their fights have become the stuff of legend. But as much as their toxic relationship might make for good tabloid fodder, it's clear that the real victim in all of this is their son. Growing up in such a volatile environment can't be easy, and the fact that both of his parents are currently behind bars only makes things worse. It's a sad situation all around, and one that doesn't seem to have any easy solutions. As Blueface counts down the days until his release, and Chrisean potentially faces even more time behind bars, the question on everyone's mind is what's next for this troubled couple. Will they be able to turn their lives around once they're out of prison, or is this just the beginning of another downward spiral? And more importantly, what will happen to their son in the meantime? With both of his parents caught up in legal battles and surrounded by controversy, it's hard to imagine a happy ending for this family. But then again, if there's one thing Blueface and Chrisean have proven time and time again, it's that they're nothing if not unpredictable.
We vibing right now, but you know when that business get involved, you know, it might get a little weary.
In the end, only time will tell what the future holds for Blueface, Chrisean Rock, and their son. But one thing's for sure, the drama is far from over. The fans, as always, have a lot to say about the latest developments in Blueface and Chrisean Rock's ongoing saga. And let's be real, everyone seems to have an opinion on this drama, especially now that Blueface has finally broken his silence from prison. One fan commented, "I'm glad we got to hear from Blue. He may not be fully aware, but he has fans that are praying for him and want him to be great. And I honestly don't care about Rock or Jaidyn. I'm just here for him." But not all fans are buying into the optimistic outlook that Blueface hinted at during his phone call. Another fan didn't mince words, saying he's lying, he can't be with Rock. He's gonna be on parole and she can't visit him either. She's a felon too, some age they gonna both be back in jail. It's a harsh reality check, and one that raises some valid points. The legal system isn't exactly known for being lenient, especially when it comes to two people with records as extensive as Blueface and Chrisean's. So what do you think? Will Blueface and Chrisean Rock be able to defy the odds and turn things around, or are they just doomed to repeat their past mistakes? And with their son caught in the middle of all this, how do you think this saga will ultimately impact him? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. See you in the next video.